Good morning, crew.
Good morning.
Good morning, mighty organization.
Good morning.
Good morning to everybody that's ready to earn a 50 today.
Good morning.
Good morning to everyone that's ready to earn a C note today.
Good morning.
And good morning to each and every last individual that's ready to put their positive mental attitudes on the line to be successful today.
Good morning. Good morning.
Like I say every single day, the things that matter most should never be at the mercy of the things that matter least. I'm most definitely here and I'm most definitely ready. My first thought for the day is, fear. Conquering your fears. You know, they say the most important thing about fear is understanding that you're going to be afraid of something, but you're going to do it anyway. Conquering the butterflies that's in your stomach. Conquering the doubt that may be in your mind about being successful. So if you want to start a new business, if you want to own, you want to graduate from college, you want to graduate from high school, and no one in your family has ever done that before, you are facing different fears that you've never faced. So you have to conquer those fears. Or if you're getting a new job and you're going to sales, or for example, if you're doing door-to-door sales and you're going to knock on a door, you never knocked on the door, and the anticipation of someone slamming their door in your face, someone turning you down, someone telling you, hey, I'm not going to be interested in anything that you have going on. But there's also an opposite of failure, of fear, is the fear of being successful. The responsibility of that. Some people are afraid to be successful. So the common thing is when you're going to embark upon something new in your life, you have to face that fear and do it anyway, right? So one of my favorite boxers in the world is Gervonta Tank Davis. He's one of the new fighters in the world that I follow, and I heard him say something in an interview a few days ago. And one thing he spoke about was that he was actually nervous, or he was dealing with fears of fighting his opponent, Ryan Garcia. And he said that his brother came in while he was wrapping his hands and said to him, he said, you're going to feel it. He said, I heard what he said, but I asked him again, what? He said, you're going to feel it. And he said he was nervous because he had watched Ryan Garcia knock people out and sparring. He said he saw Ryan Garcia knock people out in real fights, and he knew he had to go up against that. But a lot of times, in order to be great, you gotta face your fears and move anyway. You cannot allow it to paralyze you. You know, some folks that we have in our family, we have family members who we know that are very intelligent, or they have different skill sets, and we watch them get older and their skills depreciate, and the things that they came to the planet with, they never used because they became paralyzed with fear, paralyzed with change, paralyzed with seeing in front of themselves. So my thought for the day for each and every last individual that's looking at this video right now is to make sure you conquer your fears. That little, what do they call it? Butterfly that you feel in your stomach, or that little nervous or apprehensive that you feel in your stomach, you have to use that fuel. Remember, those emotions, fear is also an emotion. I want to get into that scholarship too. Fear is also an emotion. So a lot of individuals that have that butterfly in their stomach, that doesn't necessarily stop them. Even though they can be associated with fear, it's also your mentality. It's also the way that you're processing your thoughts. So, for example, I remember I was in high school. I went to Frankfurt High School, right, not too far from here in this area. And it was a guy that said he wanted to fight me after school. And he was a bully. He said, Abdul, you know what? At 3 o'clock, I'm going to be waiting on you. I said, 3 o'clock? So I'm shaking because I done seen, just like Gervonta Davis, I've seen what this bully has done to 3-4 different people. I know that he's serious. And I had to deal with that. And all my friends was like, what you going to do about it? You nervous? You scared? Why you? And I was nervous, but I knew that my little brothers and my younger brother who was in high school with me, I knew that in order for him to continue to move up in his grades and not have anybody pick on him, that I had to stand tall, not just for myself, but for my brother, right? I had to make sure that my little brother was going to be able to go to school in peace and people not pick on him. So the bully, I was willing to take that hit for the family. So I wound up seeing the bully at 3 o'clock, and everybody was outside, and they was waiting on us, and I seen the bully, and I dropped my bag, and I handled my business. Now, I didn't win the fight. I didn't win, right? But I let the bully know that there was not enough fear, that I wasn't going to be paralyzed by fear to allow you to take advantage of me and do something. Whatever's going to happen, whether I win, lose, or draw, it was going to be a fight, right? So when you're trying to achieve your goals, you got to let life know that you're going to fight, win, lose, or draw. I got to go pay my bills. I got to go fight. Now I might show up short, and if I was able to accumulate $1,200, and the bill was $1,400, and I gotta go borrow $200 from my family member or friends or something, at least it's not $1,400, $1,200 because I was fighting. How many of us that's sitting right here looking at looking at me through the screen right now, or listening to these words, that you didn't even give the effort to show you were going to fight, and then you accomplished nothing. You came back with a 0. You have to fight no matter what, even when you feel paralyzed by fear. So my thought for the day is, when you're faced with fear, deal with that emotion and move anyway. And remember, it's also mentality. Some people operate with that thing in their stomach. It makes them shine harder. It makes them it brings out the best ability inside of themselves. Okay? So don't allow that butterfly to get in your stomach and paralyze you from eventually achieving the goals that you want to have in life. That's my thought for the day. Think about that and get a bunch, y'all.